Michelle, do you have a moment? There's something I need you to handle right away. If you don't take care of this, it's going to be a disaster. Yes, Susan? What's the matter? I've been leaving more of the household responsibilities to you lately, but I'm not satisfied. I'm starting to doubt whether you're actually doing everything properly. What do you mean by that? I've been doing my best to manage the house. Really? Well, I'm not convinced you're putting in enough effort. As a daughter-in-law, I think you could do better, don't you? I'm doing my best, but is there something specific that's bothering you? For example, the dinners you've been making. None of them are to my taste. Shouldn't you be making things that I like more? I've been trying to take your preferences into account. If you could tell me what you'd like to eat, that would help. Well, it's a bit pathetic that I even have to tell you. As my daughter-in-law, you should already know what I like. You're right. I'll make more of an effort to learn your preferences. And another thing, your recent outfits. You look like you're just out having fun all day. Shouldn't you dress more appropriately as a daughter-in-law? I've been trying to be more mindful of my appearance. What kind of style do you think is appropriate? Well, something more modest and refined would be better. Consider your position and choose your outfits accordingly. And don't even think about wearing anything that draws more attention than what I'm wearing. Understood. I'll be more careful with my choices from now on. Also, I'm starting to doubt how seriously you take family events. I've been doing my best to honor our family gatherings. Was there something that didn't meet your expectations? At the last gathering, your attitude was completely inappropriate. It was downright disgraceful. As the daughter-in-law, you should have been more considerate. I tried to be respectful and mindful of everyone at the last gathering. What specifically did I do wrong? The problem was that you spoke without considering the overall mood. As the daughter-in-law, you need to choose your words more carefully. I'm sorry about that. I'll be more mindful in the future. And I've noticed that you're taking your place in this family for granted. You're not showing enough awareness of your role. I'm sorry. I do believe I'm conscious of my role in the family, but are you saying I need to be more aware? Of course. You need to remember that as a daughter-in-law, your first priority is to serve this family. I'll take your words to heart and work harder for the family. And don't think I'm not paying attention. I'm watching your every move. Yes, Susan. Be sure to act with full awareness of your role as a daughter-in-law. I understand. You know, Michelle, you really are thoughtless, or maybe just thick-skinned. Susan, what's going on all of a sudden? What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. I heard you're planning to come to the memorial service this weekend. Why? It's been a while since we've had a chat, hasn't it? A while? We talked just yesterday. I know, that's the point. I was being sarcastic. Are we talking about this again? You said the exact same thing yesterday when you called. Are you losing it? I can't believe this. How rude can you possibly be? This kind of behavior is just unacceptable. Is it really? That's why I absolutely don't want you at our house. Whenever you're around at family gatherings, the whole atmosphere turns sour. A disrespectful daughter-in-law like you is just a nuisance. I really wish you'd realize that no one wants you there. Well, Susan, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? If we're talking about rude behavior, you're just as guilty as I am. But I've gotten used to it by now. What are you talking about? I'm no longer surprised by your rude remarks, and I've learned to respond calmly. So from now on, I'm going to stand up for myself, no matter what you say. And no matter how many times you bring it up, I'm still going. Even if you don't like me, I'm still Kevin's wife, and I'm part of this family. With other relatives coming, it would be strange if I didn't attend. And it's only right to be there for such an important event. Why are you so insistent on coming? I don't get it at all. And frankly, it's just annoying. I never once wanted you to be there. So why do you insist on showing up? I feel like we're having the same conversation over and over. But regardless, I have to go. It's my responsibility as the daughter-in-law, and that's more important than your feelings. I understand how you feel, but don't you think it's time to let this go? A memorial service isn't something to take lightly. It's important to fulfill my duty as part of this family. I never considered you part of this family. No matter how hard you try, you'll always be an outsider to me. I understand that. I know exactly how you feel about me. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm part of this family. You're not my family. So why should I have to invite you and even provide you with a meal? I'm paying for all of this, and yet I still have to listen to your complaints? It's ridiculous. I don't agree with it either. That's Kevin's money, not yours. You're not even working properly, so I don't want him spending it on things like this. I may only be working part-time right now, but I am contributing. With a young child, I can't work full-time, and that's just how it is. I don't like the idea of Kevin having to pay because of you. Everything gets complicated with you around. If you didn't come, none of this would be an issue. Fine. If you feel that strongly about it, I won't attend any more family events. But when it comes to family gatherings, not everyone is related by blood. So, it's clear that you just want to exclude me. If you can't accept me as part of the family, then there's no point in forcing it. Maybe so. But the rest of the family has their reasons for being here. You're different. Well, I married Kevin for a reason too. But if you can't accept that, then I guess there's nothing more to say. I didn't just pop out of nowhere. I've been trying to fulfill my role as part of the family. I have no idea what you're talking about. If you're so determined to disrupt our family, I've got a few ideas of my own. Ideas? What exactly are you planning? I'm not trying to cause any trouble. We should be focusing on how to get along as a family. I'll make sure you regret coming. Just you wait. You're going to wish you never showed up. How am I supposed to look forward to that? Susan, stop with these ridiculous threats. Let's talk about this in a more constructive way. Surely, we can find a way to avoid all these issues. Why don't we both try to stay calm? Hey, I need to talk to you. Do you have a minute? Yeah, texting is fine. What's up? I'm starting to think maybe I shouldn't go to the memorial service. What? Why? I think your mom is planning something. She's really upset about me going to the service. I've got a bad feeling about it. It's like she's plotting something, because she's so against me attending. Maybe it's better if I don't provoke her. Come on, it's the usual. You shouldn't worry about what my mom thinks. You're overthinking it. There's no way she'd actually do something to you. Just ignore her. I guess. But this is Grandma's memorial, right? It would be strange if you didn't go. You were close with her, so it would feel wrong not to be there. I know, but I'm worried about causing tension in front of the relatives. If I somehow mess up and make things awkward, I'd hate for the service to be ruined because of me. I just don't want to be the reason a family event goes south. That's my biggest fear. You won't ruin anything. If something happens, it'll be because of my mom, not you. No matter how much you try to be considerate, it won't change anything. Just be yourself. Knowing my mom, it won't make a difference how much you try to accommodate her. Just focus on your role and don't lose yourself in the process. That's what's most important. You're right, Kevin. Maybe I'm worrying too much, and there's no need to be so tense. But it's hard not to be. So, do you think I should just not worry? Maybe I should focus on the service and not think too much about your mom. That might be the best approach. Exactly. Not worrying about it is more like you anyway. Plus, your family helped Dad's business bounce back. And Mom needs to know that. Maybe that'll get her to change her attitude a bit. I'll talk to Dad this weekend and see if we can get her to ease up. That would be best for you too. I'll do my best to make sure you're comfortable. You don't have to do that. My relationship with your mom is separate from that, and I just want to live peacefully. But if you want to, I appreciate it. It's definitely related. It's my job to make sure you feel safe and secure. And if talking to Dad helps, I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I'll talk to Dad and try to get Mom to change her attitude so you don't have to stress. Yeah. I just want to get along with her. If she could see that, maybe things would get better between us. And honestly, it's best if everyone can just have a peaceful time. I'd really appreciate it if you could talk to him. I just hope the weekend goes smoothly and everyone can have a good time. Thanks for doing this. Susan, I don't understand. What's going on here? Are you telling me to leave? Oh, what's the matter? There's not enough food for everyone. What? That can't be right. I ordered gourmet seafood from DoorDash for everyone. We were just about to set the table, but it's clear we're one meal short. What should we do? Your meal is already on the table. What? There's nothing on the table but a glass of water. That's your meal. Excuse me? That can't be right. This is a family gathering. Oh, I just don't like you, so no meal for you. You're really not part of the family after all. Are you serious? So you intentionally left out my meal? You can have all the water you want. Aren't you lucky to at least get that? This is going too far. What is? I only ordered enough for my family. Sorry. But it's a family gathering, so it makes sense, right? I can't treat the daughter-in-law like family. And you're proud of that? You think it's fair that I'm only worth a glass of water because I'm not family? I ordered gourmet seafood for everyone. But you're not family, so enjoy your water. Fine, I'm leaving. Clearly, I'm just a stranger to you. I'll be going now. And don't expect any help when you regret this, you old hag. Well, how dare you speak to me like that? What kind of upbringing did you have? It's embarrassing to hear such language. You have no shame about what you're doing. And now you're insulting my family too? I'm done. My patience has run out. You'll regret this. Just wait and see. What? Michelle, where are you? What are you doing at a time like this? You're such a useless daughter-in-law. Can you hurry back? Things are a mess over here. Why would I come back? You got what you wanted. I left. That should solve all your problems, right? I did exactly what you asked and left your house. What more do you want? It seems my husband is pretty upset. Did you do something behind my back? What did you do without telling me? Come on, just be honest and tell me what you did. Whether you know or not doesn't concern me. After all, I'm just a stranger to you now, right? Or did something change? Maybe you heard that my family decided to cancel the loan for your husband's business. What? Loan? What are you talking about? I haven't heard anything about that. You need to explain this to me. Oh, you didn't know? Well, it might not be my place to say, but let me fill you in. My family, who owns a large farm, loaned money to your husband's business. That's how he managed to get it back on its feet. What? My husband's business got a loan from your family? I had no idea. Why was something so important kept from me? Why didn't anyone tell me? This concerns my family's affairs. Are you saying your parents help us out? I didn't know, and if it's true, I should be grateful, but... Yes, that's right. You should ask Kevin about it. It was a tough situation, so I talked to my parents, and they decided to help out. Your husband didn't ask for it directly. My parents just wanted to help, and your husband appreciated it. What is this all about? How could I not know something so important? It's too late to be telling me this now. Too late or not, that's not my problem. Do you think telling me this is going to fix anything? You got your wish. You've kicked me out of the family. So why aren't you satisfied? What's the issue now? Of course it's an issue. I never thought it would affect my husband's business. If I'd known, I wouldn't have pushed you out. It's so unfair for you to hold back information like this. Why didn't you say something sooner? Why are you enjoying putting me in this situation? You think it's unfair? Your behavior has been completely unreasonable, and this is the result. It's not my fault. That's why your son and grandson left too, isn't it? No one treats their daughter-in-law the way you did. What? Kevin left? And he took my grandson too? Why? I only treated you that way, not them. Well, what did you expect? You forced me to eat a mountain of ginger. No husband would let that slide. Of course, Kevin left when he heard about it, and he was furious when he found out. Why? Why would Kevin take my grandson too? That's so unfair. What did I do to deserve this? I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, and I certainly didn't expect this outcome. This is about your behavior and lack of common sense. I don't think there's anything more to explain. From now on, we're cutting ties with you. Not just me, but Kevin too. What? Cutting ties? What are you talking about? Kevin would never agree to that. He wouldn't abandon his own mother. He's too kind for that. It was Kevin's decision. What? He doesn't want to see me suffer anymore. All I wanted was to have a good relationship with you as my mother-in-law. But you couldn't see any value in that. So I'm giving up. It seems all the other relatives have left too. Do you realize you've ruined the memorial service? They really did all leave. How did this happen? We're going to hold the service again later without you. It's a shame, especially for Grandma. She was so kind to me, and I wanted to honor her. I never expected you to act so horribly. I'll never forgive you for this. But what about all this lobster? Let's call everyone back and enjoy it together. I'll even share my portion with you. Well, enjoy your lobster on your own. You might as well eat it all by yourself. You don't have to be so mean. Please, come back. Please, let's come together as a family. What? I'm not part of the family, remember? Begging now won't change anything. Neither Kevin nor I care. You've got to pay for the lobster anyway, and your husband is furious. What were you really trying to accomplish? I was just trying to mess with you a little. I had no idea everyone would get this mad. I don't understand why I'm being treated like this. Did I really do something that bad? That's not for me to answer. Anyway, I never want to see you again. So don't ever try to contact us. If I'm not around, your grandson won't be either. What? Not my grandson. Let's try to make things right. Please don't take my grandson away from me. You humiliated me in front of everyone and laughed about it. Think about what you've done. I have nothing more to say. Go ahead and eat your mountain of lobster. Wait, hold on. I was just trying to tease you a little. I never thought it would come to this. Please reconsider. I don't know what I'll do if everyone leaves me. I can't bear the thought of not seeing my grandson again. Please forgive me. It's too late for that. You brought this on yourself, so deal with it. This will be the last time we ever speak. In the end, that day marked the point where I completely cut ties with Susan. Her furious husband kicked her out of the house as well. Susan tried reaching out to us multiple times, but we ignored every attempt. No matter how much she cried and begged, our decision remained firm. And as for Susan afterward, she ended up completely isolated. Even the relatives, shocked by her outrageous behavior that day, refused to associate with her anymore. I'm sure she never imagined she'd be abandoned by both family and friends. According to what I've heard from other relatives, Susan, out of loneliness, even tried to cozy up to the neighbors she used to harass. But of course, none of them wanted anything to do with her. Now she lives alone in a rundown apartment, leading a lonely life. I'm sure she never expected her own actions to come back and haunt her like this. Meanwhile, we've been living happily and peacefully since cutting ties with her. I plan to live humbly, making sure we never lose this happiness.